Hello Internet, my name is Ryan Ingram and today we're going to go over a deal that I've recently done. It was a duplex and we purchased this duplex for $30,000. This is one of the better deals that we've done and you're going to see why here as we're going through the numbers. Now, as you guys are familiar, the majority of my portfolio is single family homes. I'm not against multifamilies. I don't have any commercial buildings, meaning 5 or more units. I stick with single family homes because I'm most comfortable with those, but on this case, I had to make an exception. Again, this is my opinion, this is my personal preference, but I do not like not being able to give the utility payments to tenants. So on multifamilies, regardless, especially in this area, I don't know how it is everywhere, but it's very difficult to ever pass on the water, sewer, and trash bill back to the tenant. When it's all said and done, it's probably only $100 per month. We generally budget around $300 per quarter. The billing cycles here are on a quarterly basis, and I just really dislike that. There's also some lawn care, snow removal, and just odds and ends kind of seasonal charges as well that you're not really able to pass on. So anyway, that's the only slight thing that I have. I get some people bake it into the rents, but at the end of the day, I can't really pass it on. So that's one of the reasons that I don't necessarily like multifamily properties. But here you're gonna see that this is a great deal. So the purchase price, it was $30,000. We financed $40,000. Same as the other financing in the other videos that I've done. This is at 12% or 1% per month. We borrowed $40,000, so $40K at 12%. That's $400 per month. The rehab cost came out to be about $22,000. We immediately put a new roof on. It had several layers that cost us around 10 grand. And then all of the interior work cost us about 12 grand. We replaced 2 bathrooms. We did a bunch of paint touch up and replaced a few of the interior doors and ceilings. The ceilings from the water damage from the roof leak, but we fixed the roof leak. So now we've also fixed the ceilings. The ARV is probably a little bit low because again, you're not selling these to owner occupants, someone that wants to live there. If you do sell one of these properties, it's going to be to another investor or still an investor that's attempting to house hack. So the margins are primarily based on cash flow. It's not as desirable as a home. So the comparables primarily dealing with investors who work really hard to get the best deal possible. So that's why even though this is a duplex, a much larger property than some of the single families that I've had on here, it's in the same area. The ARV is lower just because it is a duplex, and for whatever reason, unbeknownst to me, duplexes have lower ARVs. Okay, so the total amount that I'm out of pocket is $12,000 because, you know, if you add the rehab cost and the purchase price against and then subtract the amount financed, you've got $52,000, $40,000. So my brother and I came out of pocket $12,000 in order to get this property both purchased and rehabbed. Now let's take a look at these monthly numbers. All right, so on these monthly expenses, the mortgage, I mentioned we borrowed $40,000 at 12% or 1% per month. So that is $400 per month. The insurance, now when I first purchased this property, the roof was leaking, both of the units were vacant. We had to get a vacant insurance policy. So those are generally 2 to 3 times more expensive than a normal dwelling fire. And you know, I know a guy for insurance. So as soon as we get this property occupied, then we're also going to change the insurance policy and presumably cut this rate in about half. So currently it's $1,200 per month. Excuse me, $1,200. That would be a deal breaker. $1,200 per year, $100 per month. The taxes are the same. Larger property, it's about 2,800 square feet. Both of the units are huge. The taxes, $1,200 or $100 per month. The property management fee, both of these units are going to be rented out for $700 per month. Like I said, they're on the market, but they're currently vacant. So the property management fee is going to be $112 per month, and that's just 8% of $1,400. $1,400 being the gross total rent. The water, like I said earlier, it's generally $300 per quarter, thereabouts, so $100 per month. So the total of our expenses here is $812, and then the income is $1,400. So these, equaled out is $588 per month. So our monthly cash flow on this duplex, once both sides are rented out, is going to be $588 per month. I think that is awesome. So since my brother and I, we have $12,000 of our own dollars in this deal, then we're actually able to calculate the cash on cash return. So $588 per month, if we multiply that by 12 and then divide that by the total amount out of our pocket, we're going to get the cash on cash return. Now, generally, when we purchase properties without any of our own money in the deal, then we can't calculate the cash on cash return because it's technically infinite, because we didn't spend any money. So any of the excess cash flow is money that we didn't really have to do anything for. When I say that, obviously we're finding the deals, constructing the deals, but I'm just saying we haven't given anything of our own other than time and energy into creating that return. So a lot of people that are advocating for this no money down type system or this BRRRR strategy are kind of bragging about infinite returns, because since they didn't put any money in, any money that they get back out is just a giant win, because there's no real limitations on how many times you can do that. You just keep recycling the same amount of money. Anyway, let's calculate this cash on cash return. So we're gonna pull out this little handy dandy calculator. I'm gonna throw this on the screen because I think that's so cool. My editing skills are very limited, but I like throwing things on the screen for you guys when it's within my ability to do so. So $588 times 12, that's $7,056 per year that we're making in cash flow. And if you divide that by 12,000, that's the amount that my brother and I have put into this property, then you get 0.588 or 58.8%. Have you invested in any stocks lately that gave you a 58.8% return? Was that too much? Was that sarcasm? Was that me being facetious? Was that me being rude? I don't know. Anyway, I really enjoy, even if you have a lot of wiggle room in this, there are things that could go wrong and you have tons of comfort still. All right, so now that we've gone over the numbers, let's go through some actual pictures of the property. So the first picture that I want to show is of the new roof, because we had so many layers, we tore that down and we were actually able to just, put on one layer. So our roof is great for decades to come. So we don't have to worry about that giant expense again at any point. Fortunately, on this property, both the furnaces and the AC units out back still worked. All right, so this is the first unit. And, I'm really sorry about the floors. A good friend of mine described these floors as just disrespectful. And I completely agree with them, but honestly, they did a good job when they painted them. And even though they probably got this off the discount rack, it's really not that bad. It's functional, so at this time, we're not gonna replace it. This is the kitchen, and that super stylish light they hung up. The cabinets, they're all in good shape. Everything works fine. I know it's not pretty, but it's functional. And truly, these floors are everywhere. So I'm sorry. Don't judge me too harshly on these floors. I'm not proud of them by any means, but since it works, since they're in good shape, since they're comfortable, even though they're ugly, they're functional. So we're gonna keep it. We couldn't justify spending, since this is such a large unit at 1,400 square feet, we couldn't justify the $7 grand to redo all of the flooring. They're giant bedrooms, not only just for a duplex, but also just for a house. So this one side of the unit is 1,400 square feet. My son absolutely loves the fact that there's a step up to the closet in this room. All right, and here is the bathroom. We completely redid this bathroom, new paint. We refinished the tub. We hung up the subway tiles, so did the glazing of the tub. And then there's a laundry chute. I think that's really cool. It's small, but nonetheless a laundry chute. All right, let's fast forward all this. You don't need to see me walking out the door. And just in case any of you guys have just been loving and watching all of my videos, yes, this is the door that I opened and let my son walk into in the video about how I teach my son real estate investing. So fortunately, they didn't paint the floors here. The floors look pretty good. This unit is a lot better on the eyes. As far as the floor color goes, the quality is the same as far as how well it was built. The kitchen is a little bit nicer in this one. When I say nicer, I just mean the cabinets aren't from the 50s. They're just modern cabinets. We have no idea why they put the walls to compartmentalize the kitchen like that little half wall, but it works, I suppose. The floors are a little dinged up and there are some paint dripped on there. My guys didn't do that, but we figured we wouldn't refinish the floors because again, they're functional, they look nice. I would live on these floors. And the reason that this duplex is renting out for $700 per side is you can see, even though it's a duplex, this is a gigantic layout. There's tons of space here. And then here's the bathroom that's identical to the other side. Again, we put down some LVP, some of that luxury vinyl plank, put in subway tile, and reglazed the tub. Looks very nice, very nice. All right, now let's check out the basement because that's fun. I forgot to go in the basement of the other property, but they're both the same. This one has a few fun features, the other doesn't. All right, so this is the basement. The lights, I couldn't find the light switch, but you've got your water heater. Each unit has its own water heater, washer dryer hookup, new electric on both sides. And then this one also has a bar and a bunch of nice little wood paneling. And then there's the furnace. It works. The panel is still off from when we were tinkering with it. Thanks so much. So feel free to check out some of these other deals explained videos where we go through the monthly expenses, the financing, where I found the financing, how I structured the deals. And again, we're just doing all of these so that as you're learning real estate investing, you have deals, structures that you can refer back to help you and guide you through figuring out if this property is a good deal to purchase, or how you should structure the financing so that you're still cash flow positive and you walk into a decent amount of equity. So thanks so much, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, points of clarification that you would like, please let me know. Reach out. I would be happy to discuss further and help you any way I can. Thanks.